open up. You OPN, bitch, you won't BBM. We should be closer than friends.
Oh, something in the stars doesn't want me to record this episode. Up. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hello, love bugs, and welcome to Brunch with Lola. I am Lola, loving outwardly, living abundantly, and finally, no interruptions. Life actually just throws surprises, out of nowhere. I mean, I can just be sitting here not doing anything, and then the next thing I know, the phone is ringing, anything. Somebody's blowing their horn, messing up my whole recording. But anywho, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. You guys are so awesome. I really appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed. And you guys are great. Keep listening in and keep tuning in. And yeah, thank you so much. All right. So shout out to @TheUmbrellaClothing for today's topic, which is about forks on the road. It was more of a question/topic. Okay. He sent in, when there's a fork in the road, what steers your decision? Is it fear or self-gratification? Okay. So very good topic. Let's get right to it. We've all heard the term fork in the road, but for those who haven't, a fork in the road is a metaphor based on a literal expression for a deciding moment in life. Okay. So basically when a major choice of options is required. All right, so common forks in the road could be making a decision to move from one state to another, accepting or not accepting a job. It could be something as little as deciding on what color to get on your nails. I know those are forks in the road for me at times, but also it could be a deciding factor of something internal, which is a psychological struggle within the mind regarding one's character or personality. All right, so internal forks stimulate from moral and ethical dilemmas associated with right or wrong or yes or no decisions. All right, so to answer the topic/question that was given, which I think I just did, I'll go a little further. It depends on the person. Which steers you to cross the fork in the road may not steer the next, because it's based on different factors. What you might think is right, the other person might think it's wrong, right? So these decisions are also based on one's upbringing, environment, and where they are at in life, right? So how they think and how things are comprehended also play a part, right? So many factors play into how or why someone makes the decisions that they do. Now, some people do make the decision to cross the fork in the road out of fear, but it would be fear from what's behind them and not necessarily what's ahead, if that makes sense. Okay, and I say that because the decisions ahead of us are not always known, all right, which could be fearful to some in itself. The unknown could be fearful, but we don't know what the other side holds until we cross over the fork in the road. All right, so making the decision out of fear would mean something behind me that I'm afraid of is causing me to make the cross. And people make the cross in hopes that what's ahead of them is fearless and or better. All right, so for example, John Doe is at the fork in the road, and what's behind him is a job that doesn't pay enough, bills on top of bills, and the list can go on and on. All right, so all those things is a fear for John. And on the other side of the fork is a better paying job, maybe even in a whole nother area. All right, so either way, John makes his decision to move based off what he's fearful of behind him. All right, so forks in the road are tricky because what's ahead of you is better, but it will also bring on more fears. All right, kind of tricky. but which helps us to grow. Okay, so fears and all that type of stuff helps us to grow. That's just what it is. We should never just be afraid to make a move. All right, we should forever be evolving and moving towards greatness. All right, so that right there is a topic in itself. Yeah, we should never not make a move based off of fear. You got to make a move, all right? So now, for those who are steered in crossing the fork in the road based off of self-gratification, I feel is usually not thought through all the way, all right? Because sometimes people see an opportunity and it's flashing, it's looking real good, and we jump on it and not really take the time to think at all, about the details or anything. We just jump on the decision. All right, so it's almost like taking a gamble. It could be beneficial or it could fail. But because the decision was made based off of self-gratification, we are taking a chance. All right, so now, don't get me wrong, this is still based off the individual person. All right, so John Doe, who is making the decision to cross the fork in the road based off of self-gratification, could very well have thought things through, okay? He weighed the pros and cons and still makes the move, all right? But self-gratification is the indulgence or satisfaction of one's own desires. And so based on the definition alone, it's safe to say that those who make the decision to cross the fork in the road based off self-gratification is only thinking about their desires, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. If that works for you, hey, there's nothing wrong for you. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you've been listening to Brunch with Lola, the episode on why abundant life is best could help you with forks in the road. Living abundantly plays a part on the decisions you make as well. All right, so if you haven't listened, go check out episode 4. All right. And when you are an abundant liver, your decisions become based more on what is needed and not just what you desire. And desires sometimes may not be a need or beneficial down the line. All right. So it's only when you're in tune with the frequency and energy around you that you make a decision to tackle the fork in the road based off of purpose and need, and not just for yourself, but for others around you. All right. So everything in this life revolves around others. I mean, we need each other to survive, to make it, to grow. I mean, this concept is only going to make sense for those who are living an abundant life, unfortunately. Or fortunately. And for those who carry purpose within themselves. All right. So if you don't have an abundant mindset, it's hard for you to even grasp the concept of needing each other to survive and to make it and to grow. All right. But at the end of the day, at the end of it all, I'll say this: don't be afraid to make a move. Don't be afraid when you come to the fork in the road. We are all faced with it for sure. Don't become stagnant either because you don't know which way to go. Definitely practicing the 3 steps of self-love along with meditation and prayer can definitely help you on your journey. And remember, when we ourselves are together, we can lend a hand to encourage someone else. And I'll just say this. Forks in the road they're there, okay? They're going to come up in life. That's just a part of life. But we just have to be prepared to make the decision, whether it's a decision out of fear or out of self-gratification, which I hope it would be more so of a decision based off of purpose and need, not only for yourself, but for others around you. And I feel like if we all operated like that, then obviously the world would be a better place, right? But anyways, thank you so much. Thanks again for sending in your topics. That is the topic for today. And I hope that I've said something that you guys could relate to or even just understand or know. And you guys can always tap in and ask me questions. You guys can always send in your topics and your topic could be next. Okay, so tune in Throughout the week, I will, as promised, post up more episodes. And then also you can find new episodes of my own topics every Sunday morning. To stay connected with me, you can follow me on Instagram at MelodLola. That's MELO_D_Lola, and at MelodLola for Twitter, at MelodLola for Snap. Okay. And also you can check out my website, which is brunchwithlola.com. You guys, if no one tells you today, you're awesome, you're great, you're amazing. Let no one tell you any different. Okay. And keep tuning in, keep listening. Thanks for all the love and support. Until then, mwah.